Today is Wednesday, December 7th. Let's talk trannies. We have the Dow Jones Transportation Average hitting a new all-time high. You can see the daily chart here. There were a couple of support breaks earlier on in the beginnings of the Trump rally. You can see the breakout right about there. But even better than that, let's go to the weekly chart. All right, we'll get rid of these two. You can see that it finally broke through the 2014 high. Now, is that a real all-time high? Let's just check. Let's go all the way back, and sure enough it is. Here are the major peaks in the past: 2000 market top, 2007 market top. So this is definitely a new all-time high in the Dow Jones Transportation Average. Going back to the weekly, which is probably the most valuable at this point, definitely overbought at this junction. So overbought at major resistance. Yes, it's slightly above for a new all-time high, but it's, I would say, still under the influence of that resistance. All right, let's see where the action is in the transport, starting with the airlines. You can see it's closing in on that high from 2014. Whoops, let's fix that up there. Let's just show you where that is. And in the long term, well, we don't have enough data on this thing, so let's just go to a different index. This is the airlines index, the XAL, and it does go back a lot further. So you can see what happened here. 2011 happened, 9/11 happened, and that really ended the airlines value as an investment way up until here, 2013 or so. So just in context of where the airlines have been, and the XAL index, unlike the Dow Jones index we saw earlier, is making a new high, multi-year high, so that's a good thing. All right, let's go back to the other ones, the railroads. Here's the monthly on the railroads. Go back into the weekly. You can see it's not anywhere near the high of last year. Okay, why is that? Well, railroads do transport a lot of coal, but so far so good. It is overbought in the weekly. In the daily, you know, they say that the most bullish thing a market can do is get overbought and stay that way. So that's what you have here in the railroads. It does look a little dangerous to me, because if you do put some trend lines in here, and even a parallel, you know, it's got a resistance area ahead. It's not an immediate sell, but just something to be aware of with the railroads. Marine transit is next. This is just all over the map. I mean, nothing special happening here. They're definitely involved in transporting oil. So you can see the peak here in 2014, pretty much when oil peaked. But nothing special from the marine transportation sector driving the transports as a whole. Let's move on to trucking. Well, you can see what's going on there. That is a blasted through the roof new high. And just for the real long-term picture, again, I run out of data here in 2001, but you know, it's a bull market. And can it pull back? Of course it can. It's definitely overbought, and with the RSI coming down a little bit, so that's a slight divergence. I don't know if I'd chase trucking right here, especially if oil prices are going to head higher and gasoline with them, fuel with them. And finally, air freight. Overbought for sure in the short term. The weekly chart, you could see it's definitely at a new high, blasted above that previous high in 2014. And the real long term, again, I run out of data, but it's a bull market. So let's go back to the Dow Jones Transportation Average. The daily chart, definitely overbought at resistance. The weekly chart, same thing, overbought at resistance. And the monthly chart looks a whole lot better. So I would say that you're probably not going to want to chase the transportation sector, but really doesn't look that bad from an investment point of view.